Originally, my parents are transplants, but it's starting to rub off on them a little. I was home recently and my mom said, Amy, come home from Starbucks. A gang member is working on our cable. I said, why? What would make you think that? And she said, he has gang tattoos. He has words in Old English font down his arms. So I come home, he's Lebanese, and it's Times New Roman. Like, that's a non-threatening font, Mom, you're fine. And my dad's always like, Amy, will you talk to the gardeners for me? You took Spanish. I don't know Spanish. I took basic Spanish. So he's like, can you tell them just a centimeter off the baby's breath? So I'm like, okay, so I go and I say, Jose, ¿dónde está la biblioteca? And he's like, sí. So I was like, don't worry, Dad, I have that covered. And he gives all the gardeners his old golf clubs. I guess they're like using them as weed whackers. They're whacking the weeds. But I was one of the few Jews in Orange County growing up. Which was strange, and I remember distinctly a girl in kindergarten saying, what did you do to Jesus? And I was like, I had to think about it, and I was like, Jesus, he's our gardener. My dad gives him clubs. He has all the clubs. It's hard, though. You know, I think it's made me a little bit neurotic. You know, I can be a little bit of a hypochondriac. I thought I had toxic shock syndrome. It was indigestion. I thought I was having a stroke. It was like a crumb from my lunch in my eye. It was like, I couldn't see. It's not good for dating either. I'm very indecisive. So like on the first date, I'm already, as he's ordering, I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna get out of this? And then on date 3, I'm like, motherfucker, Amy, how are you gonna get out of this? And then by date 10, I'm like, this isn't working for me. And he's like, but I got this tattoo of your name in Times New Roman. Fuck, how do I get out of this? But the truth is, this is when I have to pretend like my parents aren't here. I have a very specific type of penis that I like. When you go to brunch with girlfriends and they're always like, did you have a huge dick, like high five? And I'm always like, I don't want that. I want something that I think is like cute and charming. Like I can put a little hat on it, and like non-threatening. Like I want like a lean swimmer's body, not on the person, just like on the dick. Like more. So that can be hard, but I wish I was better at talking about sex, because I'm not, and I'm a writer, and if I was better at it, I could write like 50 Shades of Grey or something, but instead, all my sex dreams, I don't even have sex in them, I just have like the knowledge that I've had sex. In the dream, I'm just like feel guilty and we're like rehashing it. Like in the dream, we're like, I shouldn't have done it. And you're like, yeah, that was a bad idea, and then I wake up. That was great. But it's hard being a fiction writer in LA. It's like doing porn with your clothes on, because everyone's like, no screenplays for you. And I'm like, no. And they have a bookstore in Studio City made to look like a movie theater. That's how much everyone hates going to bookstores. So they go in and the people are like, what are these, screenplay seeds? Like, no, they're books! They're fucking books. I have that going on for me. But I remember very distinctly the first book that I ever wrote. I was in first grade, and it happened to coincide with the O.J. Simpson trial, which I was a big fan of. So I decided to use that time as my journalistic endeavor about O.J. Simpson. But of course, you know, I was in first grade, so everything I knew about O.J. Simpson was what I had overheard my parents saying, what I heard on the radio, on the sidelines of soccer games. I was often on the sidelines. They were passing out orange slices. But I wrote the best book I could. It was every page. Well, first of all, it was called O.J. Simpson, Man or Murderer? Which was, I was going to figure it out in the writing of the book. But I was in first grade, so I drew O.J. Simpson as a large stick figure, 5 times bigger than everybody else on every page, who were also stick figures. And on every page, he had a gun, but the gun shot blood, because I didn't know how guns worked. And on every page, it was an animal with a little speech bubble saying, "Did he kill? Did he kill?" And at the end, at the last page, I just wrote, "Don't know." So when the teacher pulled me aside, she said, "This was highly inappropriate. Did your parents know about this?" And I said, "Yes, they liked it." That's all for me. I'm Amy Silverberg.